Hello everyone, how's it going? It is 9:14 a.m. I've really narrowed it down. There are only two stocks to watch, and I hope the video is much better. The videos from the other day, they were both. The video was laggy, and it was probably because I have a webinar open, and I record at 144 FPS, which matches the monitor hertz, and it's now at 60. That's the most we can do, at least as of now on YouTube, 60 frames per second. So it shouldn't be much of an issue anymore. It shouldn't have that happen anymore. It should be nice and silky smooth. We only have two stocks: XS PA, SNCA. XS PA, I like it because it can show that it can spike for more than one day in a row. It doesn't mean that it will today and tomorrow, but it just gives us more of an advantage if you want to go long that. You might be long a stock that can keep going up, and I like the way this guy is trading pre-market. SNCA isn't looking too bad either, and this one only like spikes for one day. Very wicky, not something good in terms of being long. You have to take into account this guy doesn't hold its spikes very well. But yeah, only two stocks to watch. NXTD, the stock from the other day, is doing nice. It actually gapped up, pre-market. It's kind of coming back now, but I mean, this guy's pretty impressive, and it closed right around here at 4. So really an impressive stock. It's gonna be its third day. I'm not gonna trade it. It's its third day. You could always do a financing and offering. After the first day, these things start to become at risk, and I just don't see any setups that I would want to trade on the third day of a stock. I'm not gonna short it either. I wonder if it's shortable though. Yeah, it's not shortable. So no setups here. Just very impressive NXTD, and we only have two stocks to watch. We'll see if there's any more setups. I'm gonna take a look at the chat to see if I missed anything, and I'll keep going. Alright, it is 9:29 a.m. I have three stocks, the same two from the previous, and SWRM. This is like having my vegetables. I just have to throw in the OTC in there because I need to start, looking at those more, and I can't just trade listed stocks. I should focus on OTCs too. I have to learn them both. I know a lot about listed, but I don't know much about OTCs and comparison with listed stocks, so I'm going to have that. I really don't think, at least right now, there isn't much of a setup that I don't see anywhere that I would want to trade. If you want to be Mr. Pure Technical Analysis, potential head and shoulders, but this is all pre-market action. I mean, it's trading a lot of volume, but I wouldn't really be too interested in trading that. It could make some kind of an inverse head and shoulders, some kind of reversal after dropping due to the market open volatility or whatever. It could do anything that it wants, but we'll keep looking. SWRM, we'll just watch this guy as well. Is up 70%. It's definitely not the first day, but it could present maybe a number 5 pattern. Maybe it had one dip the other day. We had a bit of a panic, a small one, 14 to 10, and that one spiked even higher than where it was previously. I don't see any setups right now. I'll definitely keep looking, but right now it might not be a day that I see a setup that I can trade. Like I said, at least for right now. Okay, it is 9:36 a.m. RSCF is having a bit of a panic. It's down 13%. This might already be a bottom. I might have missed it, which is fine. I can't beat myself up because these are OTCs. It's just having a panic, a morning panic, and maybe this thing could bounce from this level and make a nice number 5. It was previously at $3, so it's definitely a volatile stock. SWRM10 went long somewhere around here in the 13s. I wouldn't have traded this. I just don't see a setup. I understand maybe if a stock gaps up and then it drops to an important level, still gapping up, but now holding a level from a previous day or whatever it may be, maybe a daily chart level of support, but I didn't see much of a setup there. He's clearly seeing something that I don't see. SNCA is just holding itself. It's not really, you could call this a potential ascending triangle from here, breakout at 125. It could definitely be pulling off an ascending triangle, making higher lows like NXTD, and it looks like it's going to try breaking out, but it doesn't have to break out, of course. Wouldn't have been too bad to be long just to see, you know, because you never know if it's going to break out or not, but you can always go long, cut losses if it doesn't work out. We'll see how this guy does. SPA had a nice spike. Again, if you want to be Mr. Technical, well, actually, if you're too technical, you won't trade this head and shoulders because it has a wick here that, even though it's a wick, it went higher than the head. It could definitely drop a little, hold above this level, or maybe at this level, and then break out. Again, this is just pre-market. I want to trade that. SWRM keeps falling. I think he would have cut losses, and it looks like we are getting a bit of a spike. I was trying to find a float of this guy. That might be a problem, trying to find a float from a stock that is not listed. He's still in this. He's probably trying to get out right now. Yesterday he had trouble selling his shares multiple times with each trade. Today could be a continuation of that. This is looking nice. I might even consider going long, maybe just a puny 200 shares, or maybe wait for a confirmed breakout so it breaks above the day high, makes a nice run up to maybe the 210s, 20s, maybe drops back here briefly, holding support here. That will be a nice buy. You know, if I'm too scared to want to trade a potential breakout that can fail, I might not even try again. It could just fall off a cliff here. No action here. Yep, we'll just keep looking. No true setups right now. Okay, it is 9:45 a.m. Just want to make a quick recap. The overall markets, at least SPY, is up 0.40%, so it's not really going to have much an effect on the stocks. XSPA pretty much did a head and shoulders, but I wouldn't have traded this just because of the fact this is pre-market. It's just not, I mean, the volume is there, so maybe I would consider it, but I doubt it. That's just random. SNCA is having this big drop. Don't forget, this is a stock that is very wicky, doesn't seem to hold more than one day. I guess it's going to be a lower high here from here. If it were to maybe spike again once more in the 20s and struggle, maybe I'd consider shorting and risking off the high here at 130, or maybe the range right there in the 120s. But I don't know, man. This thing can make some pretty damn big looking wicks, man. These look like antenna beams. Right now I'm not going to consider trading it, but I will continue to look at it. SWRM is now on the 11th, and he got out. Alright, that's all you can do. RSCF seems to be a bit jumpy. You know, it could still try to spike again, but maybe just because of the fact that it's just down so much, maybe the number 5 pattern is no longer a thing, which would totally make sense. And it doesn't seem like the type of stock that is very bouncy anyway. You know, the kind of stock that makes a big drop and a big spike. I see one right here, but you know, we look at other stocks like TSMP, like they clearly do it on a consistent basis. In fact, what's it doing today? Looks like it kind of had one too. But these are all small baby little number fives. Obviously the first one that was probably back here, I don't know, it's done it so many times. It's, you know, the later in the pattern, the framework it is, the worse potentially are going to be the number 5 setup. So yeah, I got nothing right now, but I'll definitely keep looking. Okay, it is a 950. I might have missed it, but I'm really just being hesitant on buying right here. At 85, 86, I'm probably too late now, but just the fact that this thing had a spike here that's higher from this range, even if it's just a wick, a low here, a higher low, kind of put itself into a consolidation level, I would risk off at 84. If it cracks it, I'd be cutting losses right now. It looks like it could very well crack. Alright, we got a crack. Alright, I would have cut losses right then and there. But still, if it continues holding its, you know, the higher lows, you know, it just seems like something that could crack. Although maybe this big red candle is going to throw everything off. It would have been a speculative $300 position just because of the fact that there isn't a big red candle or a wick to risk off of, which is probably going to make right now if it holds any higher. It doesn't have to, of course. That's all that I'm looking at. Just considered maybe a buy just because of the fact that of, you know, all the things that I mentioned. Looks like nothing right now though. I mean, it could still do it. Okay, it is 10:04 a.m. Tim traded BITW. I just looked at it right now. It's another spaghetti monster. Spaghetti monster, maybe a harp if you look at it from a certain angle. Definitely don't want to be jumping off of here into the little spiky trap right there. Just no setup there. That's just interesting to watch. SNCA had a wait, was it this? No, XSPA had the drop right here. It kind of based off, made a double bottom. Maybe I was off of my timing. It could just still fade off the rest of the day though. It could definitely do that. But the level 2 is much more in favor now. Towards the bid, at least it's stronger than what it was before. SNCA, I don't see much of a setup. I mean, I could be somebody who tries to shorten it on a spike. After all, it's a wiki stock, but again, you have to take into consideration this is a big wick. This thing could go much higher than where it is right now and then fall later. It doesn't have to. You know, it doesn't have to do anything, but you know, there's always a chance. That's the probability that it's just going to fade at some point by the end of today. And I'm not going to be a crazy short seller. Just short it right now at the market open, or just short it. What's the matter? Like 10 cents, you know? It's going to be down the rest of the day. That's risky as heck. It did do the nice ascending triangle, the nice breakout range over the 124s. It didn't hang on very long. A baby spaghetti monster. I'm gonna start using that word, spaghetti monster. No real setup. So just to go briefly over the OTCs, SWRM looks like crap. It could round off, sure, and start uptrending, but not interested in it. That's just not a very volatile setup. SFOR is falling. I don't see much of a setup. That's not really a number 5 pattern. You want to see big red candles, none of this little baby thing. RSCF, I guess put on a show for a bunch of degenerate day traders that want to just trade up and down the range, but I don't see anything good. Probably gonna be a no trading day. It's already 10 a.m. I normally close things off by around 10:40 if I don't see any setups. I have an appointment I have to be at 2 p.m. so I won't be here much of the afternoon. It's a 30-minute drive from here back and forth, so probably won't be trading today, but that's fine because I don't see any nice setups. You could say potentially inverse head and shoulders here. Maybe, but I don't like these that, you know, make a shoulder with a few candles. I don't like them. I like the one that I missed 2 days ago. So yeah, no true setups right now. I'll keep looking. Okay, it is 10:23 a.m. If you guys want to be degenerate traders, we got Mr. Wiki Boy here, Mr. Harp Spaghetti looking thing. You know, trade between the bid and the ask, or you just want to accelerate your heart rate. We have WNW. I think Michael Good's actually short, which is pretty impressive and scary. I want to record this open. I'm probably not going to trade today. I don't think there's going to be any setups, at least for the morning, and I have that appointment. I have to get ready. It's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, unless this guy has a 10-minute halt, we're gonna go. Look at all these people cheering Michael Good for being a You guys freaking. Alright, whatever. Let's see, trading halts. We're looking at a resumption. Oh, it doesn't have a resumption. At least nothing planned. I really want to record and see how this guy reacts. If it's gonna halt up or down. Ideally down if it's the first down halt. The level 2 is crazy. I guess in the meantime, XSPA, just no setup. Really no setup, just kind of disappointing. You know, it could do a downtrend. I mean, if it does a confirmed breakdown at 180, so it kind of falls and then tries again, you know, really tries to break out and fails, that would be something. SNCA is actually holding better, and this is the wiki guy. This is the guy with the 1-day spikes. It's holding much better. It kind of did pull out in inverse head and shoulders, but not really, dude. I'm not gonna trade these little teeny triangle little thingies. That's one of the things I'm working on. BITW, the little harp. Not gonna trade that, and this guy is still halted. I wonder how long it's gonna take before it comes back. Doesn't have a time to return. It's already been a while. I'm not trying to drag this on. Maybe it's gonna open in the next minute, being a 10-minute halt, which would only be a few seconds, but sometimes it resumes the same second of the previous halt. It's not an exact science. Sometimes they take longer, but this thing could do it any second. You guys think it's gonna halt up, or I mean, you think it's gonna open up? Is it gonna go up or down? Probably down, because it's having its first down halt, but it could just consolidate very rapidly in the same level too. It can do so many things, but let's see what it does. We're already 30 seconds into 10:27 and we don't see it opening. Maybe it'll take longer. Maybe I won't get the recording in time when it actually does on halt. We're about to have 10 seconds left of this minute. It's still halted. Doesn't have much of a, you know, daily chart. Alright, we're now in the 28. Yeah, nobody's saying anything about when it's going to continue. I guess I'll do a recap when it finally does open, whenever that will be, and I'll just show what happened. But yeah, this is a crazy move. Very crazy. Not something I would trade, at least not right now. Alright, it is 10:59 a.m. I am done for today. WNW took its time, but it had like a 40-minute halt anyway. Opened now at 88. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Michael Good was able to get out of his cover. So that sucks. BITW would have never traded this spaghetti monster, but it's just interesting to look at. SNCA could fade the rest of the day, and that rhymed. I guess we have a confirmed breakdown at 106 because it broke down this whole range here. You know, bounced towards it here after breaking it here, and now it's failing. Could be that case. Could be like that. XSPA just keeps fading away. I'm not just gonna randomly short these guys. It's just no trades today, which is totally fine. At least I didn't miss any good trades, and I'll just keep going at it. Hope you guys have a good one.